What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into my channel. My name is Kreepers and I'm here today with another video of Paladins. This time I'm going to be talking about the portals of Dredge. I already did a video before of the portals of Dredge, which was related to the clones of Ying, since you can teleport her clones. And I was trying to do this sort of technique, or you just call it like an idea of, or strategy almost, where we were trying to put a portal near the center of the map, the payload or the point, whatever you want to call it, and we were trying to put through the portal the clones, trying to either blow people up or just put the clones there to heal the rest of the people. Didn't work out that well actually, because it requires me to go through the map without a horse, and that's not very nice. Although I did something wrong where we could have just, everyone could have just rushed the point. I would stay back so I could leave a portal behind, then I would leave a portal on the point, then Ying would just teleport back and she would start to do her thing. But even so, we'll leave that for another time. If you guys want to check that out, how does that turn out, you can go and check it out. I'm probably going to be putting a template in the end of the video or in the description as well. Make sure to go check that out. If you don't find them in any of those two places, just go to my channel. It's one of the latest videos I've done, so that's actually pretty cool. So the reason why I decided to do this video was really simple. We found out that there's a bunch of things that can go through the portal, and there's a bunch of things that cannot. There's a bunch of, certain champions that when they're ulting, they will not go through the portal. And a lot of people were saying on my comment section that is because people are being CC immune. Well, I'm here to prove that that's actually a lie. It's not related to the CC immune, it's actually related to the animation of the character. Certain characters that have sort of a different stance when they're doing the ultimate, almost like Grok, they will not go through the portal at all because their stance changed. If we take a look, for example, into Tyra, her stance doesn't change at all. She's only pretty much ulting, she shoots faster. That's it. She can't go through the ult, so that's a little bit of a spoiler right now for the video. I also tested that out. There's also a bunch of champions I didn't test out, mainly because it was kind of the same thing. No need to actually do the exact same thing over and over again. And there are certain things that I tested that I know people are going to say, why did you test this? This makes no sense. But the results may surprise you. Like, for example, there's a different interaction from when you're jumping with the Shadowfall from Terminus and, for example, the jump from the Heroic Leap from Buck. There's a different interaction with that. If you jump right into a portal, the results are different, so that's why I also want to show you guys. Some of them I filmed it myself, others I filmed with other people doing it, and they told me the results, so I can now transmit to you guys. So let's cut into the video, and we're gonna start off with the Ying clones, which I already did before, but even so I decided to just film it again just to show you guys. And as you can see, it's pretty simple. The Ying clones will go through the portals, and that is awesome. Don't blow them up before, because I think that they still can go through the portal, but you have to have like the more precise aim ever, and also you have to know where the enemy is in order to force it to go through the portal. But by the time that it's going through the portal, it's going to blow up and it's not going to do anything. But you can still try to use the portals to put a portal in the back lines and maybe even send some clones there and then blow them up right in the faces or in the backs of the enemies. So that is the first one. That was really simple. I already, I just pointed that out for people who didn't saw my other video. Now the second clip is gonna be Khan. Khan, as I said before, it has an ult that it does have a different stance. He's literally having his arm up while holding a character, and that forbids him of using the portal. I don't know if that's intentional or if they decided to change that, because I never tested it on PDS. There are certain things that were tested on PDS that have different results of what it is right now, and I'll talk about that later. About his Commander's Grab, I don't think it's Commander's Grab, I'm not entirely sure. Like the ability where he goes in front to try to grab somebody, that will work. If he does that, he will go through the portal. I test that out as well in this clip. This clip is actually from that video that I'm talking about, Ying. So I just, since I didn't record it, I just used that. Now, let's take a look into the Androxus. Androxus Nether Step. My question was, you're using Nether Step, right? You use only one of the Nether Steps, you have 3. Will it cancel the rest? And the answer is yes. As soon as you get into the portal, the rest of the nether steps will be cancelled. So, you know, that's pretty easy. Now for the Bomb King ult. Apparently back on PDS, it actually worked pretty fine. So when you were ulting and you would get close to the portal, you would be teleported. I'm not entirely sure if it would reset the timer or if you would just blow up. Apparently some people told me that both Drogos and Bomb King could both go through the portal, and apparently they would stay like really slow after getting out on the other side, and maybe that's what was supposed to happen. On this case scenario, Bomb King cannot pass through the portal. Now, as for the Willow ult, I also wanted to test this out, see if she would go in there because she's flying. It's pretty much a simple ult. She is being CC immune indeed, but there's certain ults that people were not being CC immune and they were not being able to pass through the portal. Some of them I didn't record, some of them I did, just to show you guys. In this case scenario, Willow will not go through the ult. Drogos, here it is, just the living proof that it will not go through it as well. Now, I'm not entirely sure, but I think Drogos is not CC immune on his ult, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not going to say yes or no. You guys can let me know that in the comments. Try not to answer like with two rocks on your hands, because I just literally forgot. Okay, I'm not entirely sure if he's CC immune or not. Now, as for the Grover, I decided to test this out both when he's ulting and both when he's just using his normal heals. And as you can see, during his ult, he's not going to be able to pass through the portal, but when just using his normal healing ability, it will not cancel and it will just go through. Just do pay attention that sometimes I'm trying to pass through the portal and he will not go straight away because I just used the portal. So I have to test it like again after something. Now as for Kinessa is really simple. The only thing that I wanted to test was pretty much if the mines would go through the portals. I know this is somehow stupid, but since we can go with Ying's clones through the portals, it could be possible to go with the mines as well through the portals. We never know, you have to test everything, so I decided to test that out, and the result is pretty simple. It does not go through the portal, and there's only one extra thing that I noticed. If you try to use a teleporter through the portal, like if you were trying to teleport yourself a little bit of ahead of where the portal is, you will just go through it. It will not stop you, will not interrupt you, will not be forced to use the portal. But if you're using sights of Kinessa and you go through the portal, you won't even notice that you've gone through the portal because it doesn't even do any animation of the scope and anything. It's you continue to scope down like you're doing normally. So that's pretty weird, but that's true. Now, as for the Koga's ult, I didn't do it because that's pretty simple. It will not work at all because he doesn't even have a physical body to hit. So how could he even teleport, okay? I tested it out, didn't record it unfortunately, but he cannot go through the portal. You can have that off your head right now. As for his shadow step, which is what I tested it here, as you can see, if he tries to shadow step through the portal to try to get to the other side, we're not going inside of the portal, it will cancel and it will force you to go through the portal whether you want it or not. So, for Eevee, I had some different results and actually really interesting. Apparently, and this is one of the things I also wanted to show you guys. Apparently, if you blink precisely into a portal, you will go into the portal and the cooldown of the blink will be completely resetted. People may say, oh no, that's not true, you know, it's just because the time going from one portal to the other. No, it completely resets. Later on ahead on the clip I can show you guys that as soon as I teleport inside of the portal, as soon as I blink into the portal, the reset will just be completely destroyed. If you're soaring to the portal, it will cancel the animation and cancel the timer and you will just go through the portals, but it will not cancel its cooldown. And if you're trying to get into the portal while ice blocking, well, guess what? It will also not let you get into the portal. Because technically speaking, that's not you. You're doing a different animation. Like I mentioned before, she's not being CC immune and somehow she didn't got into the portal. There you go. This is one of the good examples. Although it's not an ult, there's other ults that do not have CC immune, that have different stances, and they will not go through the portal. Alright? And here you're going to be able to see a small little clip of what my friend was talking about, where if he posts 2 portals and you get in one and you just stay still, don't move, and he starts placing portals ahead on different places, as soon as he places another portal, it will activate and pull you to that portal. And he kept doing this, but unfortunately the game ended up, we had not a lot of time on that game. Basically, you can just teleport people place to place as long as they don't move. Imagine you have an AFK or something. You can just troll him, try to pull him into the middle of the map. It's going to be really fun. Now, Makoa. Now, I saw this clip before where people were actually trying to hook somebody immediately before going into the portal to see if the enemy would also go through the portal. Now, they do not go through the portal, but they will be pulled on the direction of where the other portal is. Because you're going to go to that side, and the hook basically, you know, gains distance, but it still hooks up the enemy, and until that enemy gets close to you, it will not stop. So, I decided to test it out. It works pretty simple, and another thing that I noticed is that you can go through the portal with the ult of Makoa. Now, I still will be testing this out in my future, because I didn't took Leviathan, so I do not know if you will go through with the CC immunity or not. But as I did test other things and they were not CC immune and they did not go through the portal, again, as I said, it may not be the CC immunity at all, because this is not crowd control. It doesn't make any sense. So let's go into the rest of the clips. Now, as for Ruckus ult, I decided to test it out as well. I put in my wife to play as Ruckus and to ult in front of the portal. Now, in here in the clip, you may look into it and think, oh, wait, but this doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, she's not that close to the portal. But no, she is on her screen. She was literally on top of the portal. It was supposed to activate. It did not activate because, as again, she had a different stance. She had a different animation. And as such, she was going through the portal. She was not going through the portal. Then I decided to test Talus. Talus was sort of the thing where if I had the rune, if I went through the portal, would it cancel my rune? And the answer is no. It will not cancel your rune. You can also punch to the portal. Really simple. It will not reset the cooldown or anything. So that's about it. Now let's take a look into Ashe. This one has some pretty good results. I actually was surprised about it. If you shoulder bash into the portal, it will activate the portal. It looks like you go a little bit ahead of the portal because of the strength of the shoulder bash, but you will be pulled back and then you will go through the portal normally. And then I decided to test the ult. Will it work if you ult directly to the portal? And the answer is yes. It will completely save your ult and you will do the animation of hitting the portal out of some goddamn reason. Now, as you know, she does not have CC immunity and she's literally ulting, all right? And she went through the portal. So, I mean, she didn't have it activated yet, but she will go through the portal, really simple, and keep her ultimate safe as well. Now, let's take a look into Terminus Shatterfall, where he jumps, and I had to diff this a couple of tries. In this clip, you will see that as soon as I pass through the portal, it will look like I'm really slow or stuck. That's normal. But basically, what happens is if you Shatterfall to the portal and you are precise, what will happen is it will reduce the cooldown of Shatterfall, and you can just do it again. Of course, you can't do this infinite because the portals have an internal cooldown, and as such, you will not be able to just jump again on the portal. I do suspect that it will not have any effect on his Shatterfall because it's almost like it cancels his ability, and as such, it's like he doesn't even hit the ground for some reason. Okay, so as for his ult, it kind of doesn't work. We cannot teleport his ult. I died on purpose on top of the portal, see if I could, you know, as soon as I would come back to life, if I was literally just teleported or not. And as such, doesn't work. So, let's cut into the next one, which will be Tyra, as I mentioned before. If she is ulting and gets into the portal, it will work. She will go through the portal from one side to the other, still having her ult. It doesn't cancel her ult, it doesn't reduce the time, it's just goes normally, just like she's just walking normally. Then later on, I decided to also test Vivian. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, dude, if you tested Kanasa, that means it doesn't work. Yeah, but as I said before, there's different things, different reactions for different characters in different deployables, and you will understand what I mean in the end of the video, because towards the end of the video, I have something really crazy. Even I was surprised to see it, but let's just keep going. I'm saving the best for last, don't worry. As for Vivian, as you can see, she will not... The sensor drones will not go through the portals, and it does sort of like an animation when I go through the portal with my ult. It's like the drones do not get teleported, they actually go from portal to the other place where we are. Like it almost follows you like really quick. It just goes after you because it doesn't look like to be teleported, but I may be mistaken, so let's just ignore that. Now, as I said before, I was going to save the best for last, and as such, let's go right into emoji. As for emoji, if you're using the magic barrier, it's really simple. You will not go through the portal, and of course, that's actually kind of obvious, but here is the thing. If you use Moji's ult on an enemy, and the enemy goes through the portal of his own team, of course, it will destroy the transformation. It will literally just cancel the ult of Moji. Alright, you're being transformed into a cookie or a little statue or whatever it is, and you will just leave that form and you will go to the other side of the portal. Really weird. I did not expect that. Same thing goes for Pip. If Pip transforms into a chicken and you go through the portal, you will lose the transformation and save your ass. Yeah, pretty nice. Now, I'm gonna show you Inara and Grok, and there is a reason for it. I know that this is kind of stupid, but I'll show it to you. And the first time, I'm gonna be trying to teleport the wall of Inara, and it's obvious. It's kind of obvious it will not work. Then I decided to also test out on the little rock on the ground, and that doesn't work either. Then I'm using CC immunity on my character, and she goes through the portal. So she's not ulting, okay, that's true, but she's not doing any special different stance either. It's her normal ability, and she has CC immunity because of Earthen's Guard, that Mother's Grace legendary that I'm using. And she goes through the portal really easily. So at least CC immunity probably is not the cause. It's definitely the animations. But as I said, it's not our ult, I understand. Now, let's test out with Grok's totem. And you guys are like, come on, man, this is obvious it's not going to work. There's still a reason for it. Hold your horses. Now, if you put the totem on the portals, it will not go through. I didn't record, unfortunately, Grok ulting to the portals, but I know that it doesn't go through the portals because we tested that out after. It does not go through the portals, and that's the other example that I'm saying. It's not a question of him being CC immune, it's a question of his stance being different. Maybe they put it that on purpose so it doesn't crash the game or doesn't crash the character or something, doesn't create some sort of weird bugs. So only if you're using a normal stance, you will go through the portal. Of course, for example, Willow could still go through the portal really easily. I don't know why the hell they didn't let that. But now, for the last clip and the most important one, I mentioned before on my comment section that barracks turrets will not go through the portal, and I'm sorry to say that I was wrong. I told many people that this was actually not possible, and apparently it is possible, and that's not the only thing that it's possible. That's the weirdest thing that you will see on this video, is that you can teleport the turrets from barrack, and you can teleport his ultimate. The flamethrower that is on side of the shield of his ultimate can be teleported to wherever you want. His timer will still, of course, as soon as the ultimate goes down, it will still disappear. The shield will not go after the flamethrower, so you can literally just teleport the flamethrower outside. Now, I know where a lot of people of you are gonna say, "Oh, why don't you do like a video where you try to do this on purpose?" Now, it's kind of understandable that you want to see that, and it does work. It does attack people because we test that out later as well. But it's kind of hard for me to do that as well, because just like I did with the clones of Ying, you're literally losing a member because that member is just going from side to side on the map, just placing portals and stuff. While the other, which is Barrack, is literally wasting his ult on the best performance he can get in order to just teleport the flamethrower. The ultimate itself, it's better when together, of course, and if I teleport the flamethrower, it's not going to have that much of an effect because the flamethrower will not be protected. Barrack is not even on the point to help doing some damage, and maybe with the deployable, the bulldozer item, they can destroy the flamethrower like in seconds. So we have that out. We were able to dissect sort of speak, the ultimate of Barrack, which is really cool, and I was actually really surprised. And this is the reason why I wanted to also show that Anara's deployables don't work, and the mines and the sensor drones and also the totem from Grok, because since it had this sort of weird interaction with the deployables of both Barrack and Ying, I thought maybe we can also teleport a wall, although it does not work, okay? So this is pretty much it for the video, guys. I did test some other things, which unfortunately, now that I noticed, there's a clip missing, but oh well, too late. Basically, if you are Buck and you jump into the portal, it will not cancel your cooldown, and it will still just work as a normal jump. And the Cassie, the same thing when she dodge rolls. I recorded that, but for some goddamn reason the recording disappeared, and since I'm already editing the video, I'm not going to go back and record it again. I'm just letting you know what the results are. So it's really simple. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned anything from this video. And the video's already too long for what I was actually doing, so sorry for that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. If you have just anything that you want me to test as well, like maybe you can do a smaller video, like it's just sideways part 2 video, so you can just go down in the comments and let me know what you want me to test. So thank you so much for watching, and that will be it for today. Bye bye guys, have a wonderful time.